Hey, what's up guys? So today I wanted to talk about Battlefield 6 and basically ask the question, is Battlefield turning into Call of Duty? And to be honest, I think it is, and there's a few reasons for that. I think the biggest one for me is probably the pacing. I hate the pacing in this game. The pacing is so absurdly fast. Like if you're not, I don't know, 12 years old, drinking Monster and sitting down like 12 hours a day, it feels like you're not even going to compete sometimes, honestly, because that's just how sweaty it is. Like, to me, Battlefield used to be a game like Call of Duty in the sense that you came home from work or school and you could just chill and play a few matches and have fun, have a good time, then quit. Whereas nowadays, just like Call of Duty, you can't necessarily do that. Basically, every match is this massive sweat fest of just speed and adrenaline, and it's gotten to a stage where like this, I'm gonna sound like sort of an old man shouting at a cloud saying this, but I kind of feel like I'm getting a bit old and my brain is kind of like tired of this stress, kind of, if that makes sense. Like I just want to play and have fun, man. That's all I want personally. But so yeah, the pacing is pretty ass in my opinion. I think it's too fast. I thought the old games had a really nice pacing to it. It wasn't too fast, but it wasn't too slow either, if that makes sense. And secondly, there's the map sizes. Oh my god, the maps in this game, guys, are so they're just terrible. I think, like, don't get me wrong, they're not like all trash. Like the worst map in this game in my opinion is that freaking oil field. I don't know what's called, Blackwell oil, no, the oil field. I don't know what it's called, but it's literally the worst map I've ever played in Battlefield, seriously. Now fortunately they are doing reworks, apparently. I think they are going to try and make the map better. Same with that new Soberg City. I can't even think of the names of the maps in this game. I don't know what it is. This game has very forgettable maps. I feel like the old games, like, I had like no problem remembering the maps at all because they were so like unique and like easily identifiable. You know, everybody remembers Operation Metro, right? Who doesn't remember that? Everyone remembers what's it called, Locker. I think that was the prison map in Battlefield 4. I even remember some maps in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. No, and people love to shit on Battlefield 5 all the time. To me, Battlefield 5 was like one of the best FPS games I've played, honestly. I'm not even joking. I thought 5 was incredible. Like the immersion, the graphics, the audio, the gameplay, it was just really fun. And it kind of feels like after Battlefield 5 that this franchise just went downhill. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think the original developers just all quit. They all left like DICE, and that's the reason why we got 2042. It's the reason why 6 has become this weird sort of Call of Duty clone, you know? And that's really depressing. Like, imagine, I feel like I'm in this position where like I'm seeing the thing that I love just fall apart, and I feel almost a sense of like dissociation because clearly, you know, a lot of people are enjoying the game and a lot of people like the game. I'm not saying it's bad, by the way, but I just have this weird sort of like, you know, disconnect where I'm thinking, man, what's going on here? Why is this game like, why is it like this? You know, like the maps are really generic and like forgettable. I like, now to be fair, the new maps they've added are actually much better than the, you know, the base game maps. Like I think what's the name? I forget the map names. I'm not even joking, guys. I actually forget the names. That Cairo map is probably the best map, I think. You know, the desert one in the town, it's like a dusty desert town or something like that. That's easily the best map in my opinion. I like that map a lot. That's pretty good. I also like the Manhattan Bridge map. That's good too. And I like the new DLC maps, except the oil one. The oil one sucks ass. But that's Soberg City and freaking what was the other one again? The oil one? Yeah, oh my, trash, bro. Pure trash, honestly. But yeah, in terms of quality, I honestly feel like this Battlefield game is just so like lacking, you know? Like I felt like with the previous games, the quality bar was just so much higher. It was so much higher. Seriously, the audio, I thought the audio was also way better in the previous games. Compared to this game's audio is weird. Like, to me, it's weird. Like, sometimes I hear footsteps coming from the left and it'll sound like they're behind me to the left, you know what I mean? But they're actually behind me to the top the top left, basically. You know, like they're basically, you would think it's coming from a certain angle, but it's actually a different angle, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if that's, you know, as well said as it could be, but yeah. But yeah, it's kind of depressing, man. Like this franchise is like my favorite FPS franchise, and seeing it constantly getting butchered like this is fucking it's just a shame. I put a lot of hours into 2042, and that's because like I'm basically a big fan of this franchise, but I also bought it on sale. I didn't buy that game when it came out because I thought it was horrible. From what I played in the beta, it was horrible. But to be fair, it did make a comeback, and it did receive, you know, a lot of quality of life updates and all that, and they eventually made it better. But this is gonna sound controversial, guys, but I honestly think 2042 felt more sandboxy than Battlefield 6. I know that sounds crazy to say. I'm not saying 2042 is a better game. I'm saying as a you know, a sandbox, which is what Battlefield was, it feels like 2042 kind of encapsulates that feeling a bit more than 6. Like in 2042, I was always like, you know, hopping into tanks, doing, you know, driving things and experimenting with different stuff, you know. But in 6, it's like, I don't know, I'm just kind of running around my life out as fast as I can, trying to slide around everywhere basically and get as much kills as possible. But it's not, which is not necessarily a bad thing, by the way. It just feels, again, I hate to say this word, it feels like Call of Duty. By the way, speaking of Call of Duty, I hate that I'm saying this, but I think this community is literally obsessed with Call of Duty. And I know I'm sounding very hypocritical now, but it's gotten to a stage where like you see the community talking and all they talk about is COD. Like seriously, like why is this community obsessed with Call of Duty? I mean, they're basically the same games at this stage, like, right? Like Battlefield 6 is essentially a COD game in my eyes. It's just the maps are not as small as COD. Like they're smaller than the regular Battlefield games, but they're not as you know, they're not as small basically. But in terms of pacing and all that, I think it's basically a COD game. So it's weird to see these people be like, man, this game is better than COD, and it's like, dude, like they're literally the same games at this stage. Like, come on. But yeah, it's just, it sucks, man. You know, like it's clear that the old developers, the old DICE devs, they've all just quit. They've all left after Battlefield 5 failed, and yeah, it's a shame, man, because, you know, I really hoped after 2042 that 6 would be sort of the, you know, the comeback, the return to form. But it kind of feels like a rug pull, you know, like they advertise this sort of game that would be like, oh, it's, you know, remember the good old days like Battlefield 3 and 4, we're going back to them. And yeah, what we got is this Call of Duty game. It's not like 3 or 4 at all. Like literally, it's nothing like those games. But to be fair, they are bringing back some old maps, which I think is a positive thing. They're also releasing the naval warfare content, I think in like 2 months, maybe season 4. I'm not too sure when it's coming out, but that should be good. That's a positive, you know, a positive thing for the game, I think. But it's just annoying, man. It's anytime I play a game, I think it's fun sometimes. It can be fun, but I also find myself wishing that it was, you know, a bit more like 3 and 4 in terms of gameplay. To be honest, man, that's just the way I see it. It also feels like the guns in this game are all the same. I don't know what it is, but like the SMGs are all the same. The ARs are all the same as each other. It doesn't feel like the guns stand out in any like meaningful way or uniqueness to them, you know? And that's one thing that is kind of disappointing to me, I thought. I think some of the DICE devs went on to make the finals and also Arc Raiders, but I could be wrong. So yeah, don't quote me on that, but the destruction in the finals was freaking amazing, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was like former DICE devs. It's just a shame that the destruction in the new Battlefield games is not nearly as detailed as it is in the game like the finals. But yeah, years ago there was talks of Battlefield being this sort of unique sandbox FPS game that was fun to play, and nowadays it's just, hey, here's Battlefield, it's better than COD. Oh man, Battlefield 6 is so much better than COD. Man, COD sucks. It's like the conversations have shifted from just, you know, talking about how great the games are to just COD basically. I'm not even sure if anyone can like relate to what I'm saying. Like I'm sure there's probably other like veteran Battlefield players out there that are experiencing the same thing as me. My first one was Bad Company 2, which was amazing. But yeah, seeing the franchise kind of change over the years and evolve or devolve, is that the way you put it? I'm not too sure. It's frustrating, you know, constantly hoping, man, this is it, this is gonna be the game where they make that comeback that we've all wanted, and it just seems to never happen. I don't know why. It's disappointing. I also think the skins in this game suck ass. Like, I'm just gonna be honest and say it. The skins in this game are really just bad. Like, of course, the ones that you buy in the store are pretty cool. Some of them, like the ones that look more milsimmy, which I like, are you know, for sale, but they're not in the battle pass. The battle pass skins all suck ass in my opinion. None of them stand out as like, oh man, that's a cool ass skin, I want to get that, compared to the store ones that are much better in terms of quality and visual appearance and stuff like that. I don't know why they couldn't have just made the battle pass full of like really cool sort of milsim military aesthetic, you know, instead of having to make everything green and gas masks, and here's like everything is just so weirdly designed in terms of like skin appearance and all that. So yeah, do you guys agree with what I'm saying? Like, does anything I've said in this video actually resonate? Do you also think that Battlefield has turned into Call of Duty? I mean, is it over for this franchise? Will it ever return? I don't think so. I'm gonna say something now. I think this game is going to be the template for future Battlefield games. I've actually read online before that they're actually making Battlefield 7 right now. Like, literally, they're working on 7 right now. So I think they're gonna try and release 7 in, like, who knows, like 2020, maybe late 2027, late 2028, maybe, I don't know. But this game right here is going to be the template, guys. I'm telling you. And that's a shame. We're just gonna get the same fast COD-like experience for the foreseeable future. Which, by the way, is not the, you know, worst thing in the world. By the way, it's just you know, it's sad to see your favorite franchise just constantly go this direction of you see it going a direction you don't like, basically. But yeah, if you guys watch the video, I appreciate it. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, and if you agree or disagree, I appreciate it. And thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you all next time.